by Monday, so I'm going to put that ready with a question mark. Councilor Paniagua.
Where is it? Oh, this is item 9, and we're going to be holding it.
Councilor Caldwell.
Thank you, Madam President. I have item 10. Commissioner Byrd is here. This is just an annual, right? Sorry. Yeah, this is just
Yep.
annual. Oh, no, it's good. You or Greg?
I'll do it.
Okay, yeah, it's just annual.
Yeah. Saisha
Take
Byrd, Commissioner of Parks. This is a, yes, annual agreement with the county to reimburse a portion of the payments made in association with the city's adopt the tick and deer management program. The amount not to exceed, and this is for 24-25 program, $59,000, $59,400. Excuse me, I can't read today.
We got you.
$59,046.
We got you.
Got
We're
you.
all set.
Good.
Thank you, yep. Thank you, Madam President.
Councilor Majuk.
Thank you, Madam President. I have item 11 to 13. Who's from the department? Are you Chief? Right.
Deputy Chief Rich Trudell, I can speak to number 11. So over at our new place, 1153, we're looking to install 5 additional Axon interview cameras in our new interview rooms. We have 5 that are currently at the PSB that will move over, but there's 5 additional rooms, excuse me, that we'll be looking to install. Axon, currently, we want to stay with Axon because it will integrate the whole system. But they're not public cameras, they're interior cameras for questioning, that sort of thing.
Where is it because there's more rooms?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep. There's
Okay.
additional interview rooms, and we'd like to get that covered with the cameras
Okay.
and the ability to record.
All right.
No questions.
Thank you. Commissioner, are you taking item 12? Michael got it? Okay.
Good afternoon, councilors. Michael Lehman, Deputy Commissioner with the Assessment Department. Item 12 is just asking to add Huber Brewer as a vendor. They'll be providing the appliances and audiovisual equipment for the move over to 1153 West Fayette Street.
So this was not in the original RFP, right?
So those 2 items, audiovisual and appliances, were in the RFP, but the responses that we received were inadequate or not at all, basically. So we've asked Huber Brewer to provide those instead.
So what does this do to the original proposed amount by the vendor?
This is all within the anticipated budget. We were not asking for any extra money. So the $2 million that we discussed previously, which was $1 million and $1 million, that falls within this.
Right, it's just a vendor.
Yeah, so Michael, you see we amending that ordinance, right, and just adding a vendor.
To add the
Because like
vendor, yes.
normally, when we authorize, the administration don't have to come back to us to do purchases and, and so he's adding that particular vendor, and so they can just go ahead on and spend up that
That's all.
$2 million.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions? All right,
Thank you, councilors.
Chief Mon, you going to do this yourself?
Yes, hello, councilors. Item 13 is for us to enter an agreement with CNY EMS. All sworn firefighters need to maintain their EMS certifications underneath the New York State Department of Health. CNY EMS is the regional recertification program that's underneath the Department of Health, and they use EMS One Academy to certify all of our EMS training. So we need this to just make sure our firefighters are trained in all the certifications they need to provide when they're out responding.
So with this, how many will this cover, Chief? 11,000. How many?
It's $11,000 for this program for the year.
Okay. And do you know how many candidate this will cover?
Our whole fire department.
Whole department, okay.
Our whole department, our EMTs, our paramedics. We have to train them underneath New York State Department of Health regulations, and the platform that the Department of Health recommends that we use is this CNY EMS. So that's why we're coming to get permission to enter an agreement to have this program. Without that, we can't recertify our firefighters.
And just to go back, I think AMR had said that they were gonna do some too, right? From our last conversation with AMR.
We kind of do certain trainings together, but this is to make sure that we have our EMS division that recertifies
No,
all of our.
what I'm asking, Chief, is AMR had specifically said that they were gonna put some dollars toward training EMS individuals in the last conversation. Am I wrong about that?
This is not regarding this item on the legislative item. I got to clarify specifically what you're talking about. I think they said they were going to like put some civilians or other citizens in the city through their EMT program to become EMTs. This program all of our firefighters are trained to a New York State certification to when somebody's having difficulty breathing, if somebody's having an anxiety attack, any medical call that's not fire related, we have to go treat the patient. Our certification allows us to treat the patient. To recertify every year, to keep our certification, we need this program that I'm presenting today on the legislative agenda to make sure we have that mechanism to keep our certifications. What you're describing is for civilians who aren't EMTs to become EMTs through when they give a class, they're going to do it through there. This is for our current sworn personnel.
How many did we put through last year?
As far as through this?
EMS, yes.
So we have 380 firefighters, and then the cadence of when the recertification happens is staggered. So there's like probably 100 one year, 100 the next year. So there's like a rotation. So depends on when you get certified. So we're getting ready to hire a class in January. They're going to get, some of them aren't EMTs. They're going to become EMTs in January. Their certification lasts, say, 3 years. But in between there, they got to keep taking training to make sure they uphold their certification. And then when that certification comes to an end, or in the middle of it to stay on top of their certification, we need this program. That's what we do our training through.
Any other questions? Thank you, Chief.
All right, thank you.
I'm all set, Madam President.
Thank you. Councilor Gathers.
Thank you, Madam President. I have items 14 through 16. We have Ann Fordock to come up for 14 and 15.
Good afternoon. Ann Fordock, First Deputy Commissioner of Syracuse DPW. Do you want me to proceed with 14?
Yes, please.
So Okra is, we have an annual agreement with Okra. That's where we take our trash. And this year, there is an increase in the tipping fee. It's going to be $11. It's going up $6. The recycling tipping fee is staying the same.
Any questions from the council? Okay.
And how many tons do you do per year? Ballpark.
It's around 33 to 35,000 of trash.
Any other questions? Okay, item 15.
Thank you.
All right, 15. So we were up here not so long ago to talk about this. This is the company that we use for the snowplow routing and the trash routing. They also when we redid our trash days, they helped us with that. So they have a program that we want to use. We're currently using a bulky scheduler. This is your 4 bulk pickups per year that you get. We're using something that's behind the scenes that CityLine has to enter, so that means every person who wants to schedule a bulk pickup has to call CityLine. They have a platform that they can provide us that will be more customer friendly, so resident facing on the website. You can go in any time of day, don't have to sit and call CityLine between 9 and 5, and schedule that bulky request, so that mattress, that dresser. And it's also going to tell you, you're going to be able to enter your address, find out your trash day, your recycling day, your yard waste day, your construction debris day, like every city service that applies to you via me at CPW, right, would be conveyed to you in an easy to find location on the website. So you don't have to call CityLine about a holiday, right? Am I on delay today? Am I not? You can find it all there a little bit easier than it is right now.
So for those that aren't really tech savvy, they still have to call CityLine anyways, right?
Yes, yes. I don't think it would eliminate, all the calls to CityLine. at all. And we love City Line, and we love, the interactions. They have regulars that call them all the time, so they're still going to have that. But I think those of us that are, tech savvy and want to do this, on Saturday when I cleaned out the garage, put in my request for Wednesday and not have to try to remember on Monday to call, I think that's going to be a lot easier.
Is this not a feature that City Line could do at all, or no?
Right.
Building the platform that keeps track of that and then ties into our existing system, because we have every address scheduled onto the routes. And so this swings that information right over to the driver so that he can see, 129 Smith Street scheduled a bulk pickup.
Well, how does it happen now if a person were to call in a bulk set out, and how does that get related to the driver for them to know?
What's that?
How do we do it now? Before we have the technology here, how does it happen now?
So right now, it's not customer facing, it's just behind the scenes for City Line, and they have to enter each one in themselves. And it actually broke today, so they're having to just email the sanitation crew about them right now because the system didn't work today. So this is just a more reliable system, more user-friendly, and more user-friendly for City Line too.
So this is just for bulk, right?
This is, yes, for the bulk pickups, because you're only allowed 4 per year according to the ordinance, and so we need to keep track of that. And you have to tell us in advance so that we make sure it gets on the list. And so, but the conveyance of like the information of what your trash day is, that's not just for bulk.
So a person that, let's say, I call today, right? So I give you my address. So there's other people calling. Do you make a route, or how does it work?
It's twofold. So if we have enough staffing, we're going to send a separate truck, and he'll make a route of just bulk. If there's not enough staffing, like we're down trucks or down people, we can just add it to the existing route, and he'll see it come up on his computer screen. Like, you need to stop at this house. There's a, I think it's called an exemption when we're here. It'll like alert them right on their tablet. Hey, there's a bulk stop here.
Any other questions? All right, before I cut you loose here, just got one question, not to put you in the hot seat, but pertaining to...
Is it about snow?
Yeah, it is about snow. We've got a lot of calls in the council office and on our cell phones as well in regards to some of the side streets and things like that. People complaining about them not being plowed and X, Y, and Z. What would you say would be the best response for us to give those constituents?
I think it's a culmination of factors. Every storm is different. Every weather condition is different. Whether it starts with the rain or ends with rain, but it hit at the wrong time of the day, and it continued the whole day, like a light. And so when we would get done doing those routes, we had to go back and do them again. We couldn't pull off the mains because we had to go do them again before we could get to the sides. So it's a culmination, I think. It's also new drivers. For some of these people, they hadn't been in a plow until they started working for us. So they're going to move a little slower than a seasoned driver. And I would want them to be safe. So I think there's always room for improvement, and we'll get there.
How many trucks do we have actually plowing?
What's that?
How many trucks do we have plowing right now?
Oh, gosh. Today, I couldn't tell you. I don't know how many trucks are up as of right now. I know 6 to 8 did go down. I did confirm that with Jeremy. Every storm, things break and go down. So then we have to work on fixing them all before the next storm.
Yeah, they've got pendants.
What's that?
And we have 2 new ones coming, right?
There always is some in the works.
So we'll have a
But some
total
are 2 months away, and some might be a year away because it takes so long.
25.
I would have to confirm that.
So, let
And
me
when
ask you
they're
this
coming.
question, because I know that we ended up getting like 10, if I'm not mistaken, new trucks.
Yeah, like 6 years ago now, I think. It was a
that
while
long?
ago. What's that?
It's been that long?
I think it has been. I think it was one of our big, was it? I hear someone laughing.
Okay, because I know that we had gotten the newer trucks, and they were how long were they under warranty?
How long were they what?
Under warranty.
Oh, gosh. I'm not sure how long they're under warranty for. I should have brought Jeff Fergola with me to answer these questions. But you all know Rich DeVesti. He retired, but he transformed our fleet and got us in a much better place. So you're going to see us buying new plows every year to keep that fleet maintained. But they're still going to break.
Then my last heavy question would be just a priority for snow route options. So we have emergency snow routes first, and then where do we go from there as far as how do we
So
plow?
neighborhoods are the last, right? You want your emergency snow routes or those hospital routes, those hills, those dangerous roads are always going to be your priority. And when it's actively snowing, we typically have to stay on them because by the time you get done, you have to do it again. And it's on repeat. So I'm on a dead-end street. I typically get hit last unless they choose to use my street as a turnaround or something. But if you're on a safe, flat street in a neighborhood, typically you're going to be last because you don't have a hill, right? But we do our best to get there. And if we are doing okay on the mains and we think we can pull a couple people off and put them in the neighborhoods, we do. But every single storm is different.
I did want to thank you because you have responded to me and I much appreciated the constituent on Wadsworth Street about the sidewalk, and then I had a call from a gentleman on Marcia Street, because he's on a dead end. And I'm glad you do have your smaller plows, your
Yes.
smaller pickup trucks that can do the side streets as well.
Yes,
So,
and I've been, I think we've been really utilizing even the pickup trucks, and they're not on the GPS, right? The smaller pickup trucks, but such as with sanitation, I'm always worried that they're going out on unplowed streets at 6 in the morning, and so we utilize other departments to help make sure sanitation's safe too, so that they can pick up the trash.
well, we do appreciate all the
Thank you.
efforts because it's not easy. It's hard. So one or two people call in sick. And because I got calls like late last night about their neighborhood. And I said, well, wait till the morning.
Yeah.
'Cause my street didn't get plowed till late too, so that's fine.
Yeah, there's always a catch-up period.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, if there's no further questions on 15, do you have 16 as well, or is it engineering?
I think that's Mary.
Or is it assessment? Or... Mr. Canizaro.
Good afternoon again, councilors. Michael Lehman, Deputy Commissioner of the Assessment Department. Item 16 is the city's requesting to enter into a lease agreement with New York Susquehanna and Western Railroad for portions of the land located at 115 and 116 to 18 South Geddes Street. This is just north of West Fayette Street. It will be contemplated for parking to support the 1153 relocation. It's a one-year lease with renewals for only $1.
Can't beat a dollar, right?
I don't think so.
And I'm glad that you did that because I had asked that question previously and I was told it belonged to the railroad. So I'm glad that we got it because that way there's some parking.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Any other questions? I'm sorry. Hearing none, I'm all set, Madam President.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Councilor Paniagua.
Good afternoon, everybody. I have item number 17. Thank you, Richard.
Good afternoon, Council. Rick Elseaver, Director of Human Resources. Item 17 is to enter an agreement with InBioden to bring a mobile slip simulator to DPW, and that'll train about 250 people at DPW Parks Water. And it's in response to our number one leader in workers' comp right now, which is slips, trips, and falls. So this simulator they bring in, and we simulate walking in slippery conditions, stepping over curbs, trip hazards, things like that. It's all safe and secure. People are harnessed in when they're doing this simulator, but it brings awareness to our highest indicator. That's it's in 5 years is about $2 and change million in cost towards us. So.
Is this the first time we do this?
This is the first time.
The first
yes.
time.
Yep.
I see that this expires in June, so it's only for 6 months.
Well, so it'll be a series of, I think right now we're looking at eight different trainings over a series of about 2 weeks that they'll be here doing that training for us, but we need to conclude it before the end of the fiscal year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions?
I just want to commend you for doing this. This is
Yes.
obviously, this is something that we have to focus on the health and safety of our employees, And
Absolutely.
I'm glad you mentioned those figures too, Rick.
I
That's
appreciate
good.
that.
Good move.
Shout out to our safety team who's, making sure our people go home in the same condition they came in. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Counselor Hogan.
Thanks, President Hudson. I have items 18 through 25. 18, we'll have a public meeting on that on Friday at 10 o'clock. And I imagine everybody will, it's interested will be there. 19 and 20, who's taking that? Jake, you're taking that?
Good afternoon, Council. Jake Dishaw, Deputy Commissioner of Code Enforcement and Zoning. Item number 19 is a zone change for a property located at 100 Elizabeth. Basically, there was a really tiny lot and a larger corner lot. We're combining them and then splitting them in half to create 2 buildable lots, so we can hopefully get 2 houses on there.
Any questions? And 20, Jake?
Item number 20, the best way to think of this is like a puzzle piece just moving. So the Anglers Association down next to Webster's Pond and the residential house are kind of like land swapping, and we're shifting like a puzzle piece. So the Anglers Association will gain kind of street frontage on Valley Drive, and the backyard of the residential house will run front yard to backyard instead of like right to left where they had frontage on the Anglers Association side. It's really, I wish I had a visual. It was in our resolution from Planning Commission. It really, the visual shows it. I can email it to you, but that's basically what's happening is we're kind of shifting, they're splitting the land and shifting who owns what part. That's it.
This is a request from the Anglers Association.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yep.
Great.
Is that to the northern partner?
It's on the north end of the
neighbor?
pond.
Huh?
It's between the pond and the house north of the pond.
Okay, right there.
Yeah.
Okay, as
Yep.
you enter.
Yeah.
For going, okay.
Yeah, right now, the house actually owns right up to that. And what they're gonna do is kind of transfer that to the Anglers so they have the whole piece running from Valley Drive facing west up. And then the house would have a traditional, if you're facing it from Valley Drive, the house property will run from the street all the way back. It won't kind of
By the
abut,
barn,
it won't
by-
abut that side anymore. I'll send the visual because
Okay,
the
okay.
puzzle piece to kind of show how it changes. It's basically just shifting and turning the property lines. And it makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, Councilor Majok.
Yeah. I'm just trying to imagine it by the barn, behind the barn.
I'll
right?
probably be. I can
Yeah.
probably text you a visual of it before I leave the room.
Because I remember actually Chad and I having a conversation years back and how they want to a little bit widen it in the back. Yeah.
Councilor
Yeah.
Majok is a noted angler as well.
I know.
Yeah, we got to take care of Chad, right?
Yeah, you got to take care of
Chad,
Chad.
our man Chad.
All right, thank you.
Well, by the way, Jake, thank you and Matthew for the property on South Salina, and they were very relieved with
Oh yeah,
what
no,
you did. Thank you.
We're glad to see that he's invested into making
Yes.
the property look good and do the right thing. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Owen. No, item 21.
Good afternoon, Councilors. Owen Kearney, Division of Planning and Sustainability. Number 21 is correcting an earlier ordinance from this year, amending the ordinance. We have a environmental monitoring well in Erie Boulevard, which is New York State DOT's right-of-way. It's their property. We have to pay an annual fee for that. The request before you today is increasing that. The original amount was $100. We didn't include something that they included, and it's closer to $300 annually, and we're before you to make that $200 increase.
So the city of Syracuse has to pay the state of New York for the use of the right-of-way.
That is correct.
Wow. Well, we should probably note that for any future discussion. we might have.
In this case, Erie Boulevard, this is in the median. It's not something you would even see, but it is something that there is a formal payment to occupy that portion of their right-of-way. Thanks.
Any other questions? Okay.
Thanks, councilors.
Thank you, Owen. Item 22. Who's handling that? Anybody handle that? I can handle it. Has anybody got any questions regarding moving the shot clock?
No, I just got abstained from that vote. I'm on the board, so we're good.
Good.
Where is it going?
Which you're on the museum
most.
most board.
Yeah, yeah.
And I probably have to
And
say
it's
myself,
just sitting
because
here
I'm
idly.
sure whose side on it.
It's nice.
So it's moving over
To the most.
most, where the Nats used to play in the
Yeah, I
beginning.
know, but it was.
And I hear there's a picture of Dolph Shays showing Marty how to shoot a basket.
I thought we were gonna move it.
He and I are
to
holding up a
Memorial.
55
I thought we were
world
gonna put
champions
it-
pennant.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're getting off track.
Okay, let's,
We good?
Commissioner, I think we're good.
Yeah, Matt OJ formally requesting permanent easement on most property.
Okay.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Item 23. You're still up here, aren't you? Are you still up here, or is it Mike?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Councilors, Michael Lehman, Deputy Commissioner with Assessment. Item 23, Assessment Department is requesting to hire an appraiser, Bruckner Tillett Rossi Cahill and Associates, to appraise the property at 2176 Erie Boulevard in Beatty. This is the property that Deputy Commissioner Owen Kearney was just talking about. We would like to know its value. We would like to issue another RFP for the property. It's in a great location geographically along the commercial corridor on Erie Boulevard, and there's a much higher and better use for it than sitting there vacant.
This is 23. You're talking about 23, right? Yeah, I'm talking about 23.
Yes, item 23.
Yeah.
You okay?
It's just request to hire an appraiser.
Yeah, it's 24 to have.
Issue an RFP?
Yeah.
Are we all set, councilors? Okay. Item
Questions?
24. This is the Garzones.
Yes.
Didn't we already we didn't do an assessment on this already? Appraisal, I mean?
For
On
which?
24.
24. We did. So basically, this was re-subdivided earlier this year so that we could redraw the lines to make it into a format that is eligible for redevelopment. So now that that's been completed, we would like to have its value appraised so we can share that with folks who might be interested in developing it. I heard there's a question about zoning. It is R1. So any development that would occur there would have to fall into those zoning criteria.
So when we talk about our zone, it also involves a floral shop. It's all gonna be one land or
No, the floral shop
separate?
is south of the Paper Street, Princeton. It doesn't go that far south.
Okay, so what are you gonna do with Paper Street, with the Garzone, a floral shop?
Oh, that's just staying
It's
vacant.
just gonna stay there?
Yeah, it's undevelopable if you're familiar with the slope
The way it's
there.
sloped.
Yeah, the floral shop was already, it was
Yeah,
built
I know,
almost
yeah,
diagonally.
It was an issue, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so it's just gonna be okay.
Yep, so the portion where the building is now and what just looks like a big field when you're driving down South Avenue, that portion there.
So just so I can understand it, so we already had an appraisal.
I remember now. 'Cause
Okay.
That tripped my memory too. We got it surveyed in preparation for the
all
rezone,
right.
which is unusual for
Okay.
us.
It's
but
close enough.
Yeah, I'm like, I know we've been, okay, so this one's been surveyed already.
Surveyed, not appraised, now both.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, we had to have it surveyed to show which portions would remain and which were for re-subdivision.
What about the work that the county did with Save the Rain and Watershed? Is that gonna be intact? How far do we go?
That is distinct. So the two parcels immediately west of what we're asking to be appraised now won't be touched.
Okay, so it's not going beyond that, right?
It is not
It's just
going
gonna-
beyond that,
Okay,
correct.
okay, because I remember there was a lot of work that went into that.
No, and
Yeah.
anyone who's interested in redeveloping the property there will receive all the information that we have
Okay, good.
related to the properties adjacent.
Okay.
What's that, Counselor?
All good to go. Thank you.
Counselors, okay. Item 25.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Is, of course, installation of honorary street sign in memory of Michael Jensen, an officer of SPD. This is a request from the Tipperary Hill Neighborhood Association, which is already, as we voted on last council session, Memorial Park over near Passes Field, too. So I'll ask for everybody to sign on to this. Everybody want to sign on to this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I got, President Hudson.
All right, thank you. And before I turn it over to Councilor Williams, I should have had Commissioner DeShaw before he went to the wall. Jake, question for you. I'm sorry, I should have got you when you was up here. what are we doing with the property on Solar Street where they've torn down the washing machine factory and it still have all of the debris there?
That all should be cleaned out, so, okay. I will find out why that's still there.
Okay.
Get back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All righty, now, Councilor Williams.
All right, thank you, Madam President. Before I begin, I'd just like to give a shout out to our crew here at City Hall that made our council chambers look so wonderful for the holiday season.
Yes,
It's
yes.
festive and
Very
really
nice.
makes a big difference.
Unfortunately, Leighton's not here, but I'll let them know.
We're gonna hold 26, and I guess move on to 27.
Hey, Counselor, do we have any update on 26 though? As we're holding it?
We are. I've had some meetings with some folks on the IT and digital services team. Progress is slow, but hopefully we're moving somewhere. Not sure where we're moving, but.
And I had made a request earlier in our meeting to make sure, as we go forward, to really start to identify within this, what have we really accomplished? 1, 2, 3, like line items to really say this is what we have done. This is where we need to really push harder.
And I guess maybe Commissioner might have you step away for a minute and go back to the email sent out yesterday related to SWC and just kind of tied to the payroll modernization project. If we could get an update on what did or didn't happen yesterday and what a backup is when our clocks go down and how we can proceed.
Thank you, Councilor Corey Dunham, Chief Administrative Officer. This is one of the challenges that we have, even with SWC, is that right now it's hosted on a server at Onondaga County, whereas part of the effort that we'd like to pursue with Mosaic is to move us to Pro WFM, which would be based in the cloud and not on a server. And that's in part what would be part of this project. Also, working with Mosaic would be to move us to Pro WFM, which is a new version of SWC, which would then be cloud-based and not dependent on the county and their servers.
Are we back up and operational today?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner.
Hey, good afternoon. Mike Canizaro, Commissioner of Finance. So we're moving on to 27, 28, and 29. This is the calendar year 2026 county tax levy. So really the three components here, the county tax, which that would be, includes the city apportionment, the city abstract. That amount also includes the city drainage amount, so the $45,801,000. That is actually a slight decrease from the prior year of a few $100,000. 28 is the water district tax, $989,000. That's an increase of about $175,000 from prior year. And then the sewer rent, that totals $33.7 million, and that is an increase of about $2.5 million from last year. As far as the amounts that are in our control, really that'd be the abstract. Just to give you some information, we did get the draft abstract back in September. So we did do some due diligence on that, and we did get one of the abstract charges reduced by about $370,000, just kind of by going back and forth with them and questioning some of those costs. So, kind of a win there, but any other questions on the county tax levy?
Councilor Williams, are you contemplating
life itself, Councilor Hogan?
Well, along with life itself, I'm just wondering about the life of the PSB, and the abstract, of course, was subject to PSB for many years, and we might want to look into that in the future.
So specifically surrounding the PSB right now on the 26 taxes, that is a charge for the full calendar year that, assuming we move out by the end of Q1 2026, we would receive a credit on next year's abstract. But right now, this current tax assumes we're going to be in the PSB in the entire year.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Item 30.
Afternoon, councilors. Dave Proack, Director of IT. Items 30 and 31 are to allow us to install fiber internet connection at number 30 is Wilson Park to support the e-gaming initiative over there. And item 31 is at the Sidney Johnson Center. Fire is taking over part of that to work on their rigs. So we're asking for permission to go forward with that for the Spectrum connections.
I'm gonna say, Dave, the gaming system at Wilson Park is amazing. You guys, like, IT part that you did and made sure it's running. It's just everyone that played a major part, Aisha and everybody, to make that up, to make it look so beautiful for the kids.
I wish we could take all the credit or even portions of the credit, but Parks and AJ and,
Yeah, I know the whole
Chris
team.
and
I
those
already
guys,
gave them their
they
little,
did a great job.
you know,
They did great.
it's a team.
Anybody who hasn't seen it, you got to stop by. It's a cool place. It's a cool place.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everybody.
Just got one question before you go. Just out of curiosity, just wondering, how much do we spend a month for the whole entire city as far as internet services go? Do you know?
Off the top of my head, I don't, but I can get you that because we've got 30 or 35 accounts. I can get you that total, though.
Are they all at $900 per month?
Excuse me?
Are they all at $900 per month?
No, these are only fiber connections.
Okay.
So these are, most of ours aren't that expensive except like a PSB or a water shop. Most of our rec centers are at $99 or $129 a month,
Okay.
but it's a much lower speed.
Perfect.
It's e-gaming that really demands that sort of bandwidth.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
So just a quick,
Keep
Chief
trying.
Mann, so this is for you, this is the temporary space you are going to?
Yes, this is
Okay.
for our light fleet, our smaller fire trucks, until we get everything down on South Salina
Okay.
Street squared away. We're just over there. And so we have requirements that need online access for Department of Motor Vehicles and Department of Transportation.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
And it's a month-to-month contract, so we can get out at any time. There's no installation cost there for us either.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
Thanks.
Right. And item 32.
Good afternoon, councilors. Vinny Scipione, Director of Digital Services. Item 32 is for a payment to Electronic Data Corporation, EDC for short, as we call them, for professional services related to enabling us to conduct the parking amnesty program this year.
So is this something that we needed before, or is this something that's going to make it easier to help with the amnesty program? I'm just
So this work involves the preparation of the platform to kind of remove all of the fines and surcharges that were previously applied, right? Run this amnesty, and then also includes the reversal of that. So once amnesty ends after this extended period, allows us to then, revert the system back to the state, pre-amnesty, and preserve the ones that were paid off as paid in full, right? During the amnesty period, and then add back on the fines for tickets that were not, closed out during the amnesty period.
Is there anyone who can speak to the volume of the amnesty program and where we started, where we are now, and
about
where we hope to be?
6 days ago, we put out a press release with some updated information. At that time, we had approximately $91,000 worth of, collection that has occurred during amnesty up to that point, and I anticipate probably not a ton of movement over the weekend, given that it was a holiday weekend and people are preoccupied. So those are the latest numbers we have, but we'll certainly be looking to do a more comprehensive data analysis post amnesty with the overall performance. Yeah.
Benny, for the however this will go, could we also keep track of how many fees in total have been forgiven once this is over too?
Yeah, certainly.
So we just can see.
From last week, it was almost it was about 50,000 in base fines that had been paid, and about 41,000 in fees that had been removed rather. So
41.
Since the program has been extended to January, expired then, should you not increase the cost amount not to exceed to cover, because this is like up to November, think I asked Evan that earlier in the week, just to, in case so you won't have to come back and amend the ordinance or whatever. Should the amount not to exceed go up more, being that amount was added?
Oh, no, I see what you're saying. No, this was a one-time fee to enable the ability to do the, start of amnesty and the stop of amnesty. So there won't be, it's not tied to a timeline in terms of, we won't have to come back and say, is there, we need another 6,600 or, because it's been extended another month. Yeah, it was a one-time fee to just do that function in the platform.
So once approved, this program starts immediately.
Well, no, this is already, amnesty's already active now.
This is?
Yeah, amnesty
Okay,
is
all
already active. This is for the work, it's for the start that's already happened for amnesty, and then also includes the stopping of amnesty, if you will, is all inclusive within this.
Yeah, okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President.
Counselor Caldwell for Counselor Jones.
Thank you,
Rouser.
Madam President. I have Counselor Jones Rouser's agendas. I have items 33 to 54. I think 33 is going to.
Maybe Joe might want to give us an update, or somebody want to give us an update.
Jake Dishaw again, Deputy Commissioner of Codes and Zoning. Item 33, we just heard back from New York State on Monday. They're reviewing our draft. I'm hopeful we'll hear back from them by the end of the week, but if not, we're pushing them to get it done by the end of the year. So this would, at worst case scenario, 2 weeks from now, we can have it done and maybe finalized on the 22nd, but that'd be a worst case scenario.
So this is, Jake, this is the first time it's been amended since 2011?
Yes. And so what we've done is our draft, we're trying to make sure that New York State is good with our draft so we don't have to redo it. And maybe typical of the state, took a while for them to get back to us. We heard back from them Monday, and we're just awaiting final word that what we drafted is sufficient before you vote it through.
Yeah, I just, like last meeting, we had a similar issue, but it regarded 485A, basically it's a pilot agreement in the state, and we had to amend, and we had to align ourselves with local law, with state law. I'm just wondering, the administration, who monitors the changes in state law so we're up to date with the local law? Does Greg, I mean, do we do that on a regular case? We wait for the state to get a hold of us on stuff like this?
Well, I mean,
I'm just not talking about codes. I'm talking about any kind of state law that affects any kind of function of our local government. I mean, if there's a gap there, maybe Corey?
Counselor Corey.
Go
on.
It's me again. I think generally speaking, we look to departments, since there's subject matter experts oftentimes to be mindful of changes that might be made on this state level to the content that they work with, but also obviously Greg through NICOM, through our relationships with the governor and the law department, we do try to also monitor those, but there is a role for the department to play as well.
Okay, I'm just as a note of caution.
Absolutely. No, it's a very reasonable flag.
Counselor, it is delayed because even with the marriage license, when something changes there, we can find out maybe like 3 to 6 months late. So
I wish that happened the first time I got married.
Yeah, I'm serious. So The other thing I wanted to mention about this right here, Joe, do you think that that maybe we should place this on the council desk if the council want to, so that it won't get tabled? Because we're in the last season of the year, last weeks of the year, I mean.
Yeah, Joe Barry, First Assistant Corporation Counsel. The issue, we have to wait and see if the state recommends changes.
Yeah.
In terms of the end of the year, I believe we have carried local laws over before.
Yeah, we have.
Introduce it and table it, and then it would be eligible for the new council to take up in January.
Yeah, I just thought that we was going to close out this year with everything off the agenda.
I know that's our common practice, and we try to do it as a matter of making a clean start, but legally we could carry it over if you wish to.
No, that's no problem. I just thought that it might have been, but I wasn't even thinking the fact that the local law might change, so that kind of get away with that. that ideal of putting it on the desk, yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, that's-
we'll
yeah.
see if they get back to us by Friday, we can hopefully have that ready Monday.
Yeah, okay. We'll see how it goes.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Kaylin, you ready, Kaylin?
Good afternoon, councilors. Kaylin Hubbard, neighborhood planner. Items 34 through 54 are items for transfer to the Greater Syracuse Land Bank. We're going to hold 4 of these. So we're going to hold item 42, item 50.
Wait a minute, sorry.
Sorry,
Item
I'll slow down.
42.
Item 42, item 50, 51, and 53. It's just to give us some more time for outreach.
One on, Kaylin, the one on 50, you said 53 or 50?
We're holding 53.
Okay, we're gonna hold 53.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions? Most of these are all vacant land.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Thanks, Kaylin.
Thank you. Thank you. Councilor Williams for Councilor Montos.
Thank you, Madam President. We're going to hold 55.
All righty. And with that, I need a motion to adjourn. Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.